Hey everybody, Brandon with Bearded CB82. So today, before we get started, we're going to do a subscriber shout out, a channel shout out. New guy that's just getting started up, and that's Peep18M. I'll post a link up here and then of course down below to his channel. So feel free to check him out. Hey everybody, Brandon with Bearded CB82, and like the title says, mega haul and call. Well, thanks to my biggest sponsors, which are all you guys that subscribe, watch, share, comment, have fun with the channel. You guys drive me to do a lot of these videos, not just the tool haul videos or the, things such as that, but more so like the starting off series, the suggestions, questions you guys have gave me inspiration to start off videos such as that, and thank you guys for doing so. And you keep it interesting, you keep it engaging, and you keep me here doing this stuff to have fun with it. Thank you guys very much, very appreciated. Now, on the haul side, well, SnapOn, he's our primary dealer. I say primary because supposedly they're opening up a new franchisee for Matco sometime here within the next few weeks, so I might see them around, maybe. Means I can finally get some things warrantied. But as far as SnapOn goes, past several weeks haven't really picked up much, but I did pick up this. It's the cotter key puller, basically kind of like a curly Q pigtail style pick, if you will. Works pretty decent as a pick, works awesome as a cotter key puller. I've been using the other guy, been using his enough here lately with all these Volvos that we've been getting in. Been doing some S-cams and stuff on those, and slack adjusters. And no, we haven't done S-cams, we've been doing slack adjusters, brake cans, all that other jazz. This has become quite handy lately for that. So I got that off the truck. Part number is Sierra Golf Charlie Papa 1 Bravo. Any of y'all that are curious. Now then, next up, a good buddy of mine, Van from Van's World. He sent me a little bitty package here, little bitty mail call. I'll leave a link to his channel down below, and it sounds like a driver just might have stopped, so we'll see how far I get into this. And let's see what he sent. Oh, it looks like he did. He started up his jerky business again, and let's see. Okay, and what we have here is a letter from him. All right, made some jerky, not his recipe. He's got a lot of his own jerky lineup recipes as well, especially for doing in bulk. Got some awesome recipes, awesome jerky. So this is Doc's Best Beef Jerky. The recipe he wound up using that he came across. And hey, even gave me the ingredients here, the directions, everything else for that particular recipe. So feel free to pause. Air compressor. While we're here, let's see here. Sorry, jerky. Yeah, just gotta. All right, give one a little try here. Some pretty good beef jerky. So. All right. Now, thank you, Van, very much awesome jerky. I like beef jerky. Next up, went to my P.O. box over my lunch break and had this, and I don't know what's in it. I've been Amazoned a few times. So, what do we got? We got, oh, did he? All right, well, that's gonna be added. All right. Yep, I'm pretty sure I know who sent these. If I had to guess, it'd be the same guy that sent me this. Hence part of the tool haul. And that was from Colton. Damn, Colton. So what Colton, subscriber, little newer, he asked if I'd ever tried the Williams ratchets. And I told him, well, I've done the Blue Point Taiwanese-made William ratchets. I have not tried out any of the newer USA. I've had my hands on some of the old SnapOn Williams, but not anything as of recently. And first he sent me the long-handled half-inch, as in a Sierra-52 Echo Hotel Lima Alpha, made in the USA Williams. If I can get it out of the bag. Williams Bravo 52 Echo Hotel Lima Alpha, a little bit longer handled 3/8. And the 1/4 inch, which is the Mike-52 Echo Hotel Alpha, as well. Williams, all three. Now, that one's got plenty of lube in her. Yes, I'm a ratchet snob. I love my ratchets. And I know what that feels like. Now for the half-inch, and the switches go the right way. And if I had to pinpoint how these feel just off the bat, like the old S series, well, the older, like the S36 and that they had, this is exactly what this feels like. Is like the older Snap-on ratchets before they went 80 tooth. And if I had to bet these, I'll have to do another video on these guys, because if I had to bet, it's probably gonna be the same internals, especially looking at the cover plate, as the older Snap-on ratchets that they still make kits for. Guys still use them to this day. Good ratchets. So kind of a first look at these. Thank you, Colton, very much for sending these out for me to review. Hence, you guys being my biggest sponsors, allowing me to do stuff like this. Or like Tarek, who sent me the driver there and the flush cutters. And speaking of Tarek, he Amazoned me again. Couple things. And oops. Yeah, get some of that stuff. One of the things he sent me was the CB's We Build, We Fight window sticker, can do, and which is awesome. I do like that. That is awesome. But he also sent me the same brand as the flush cutters, the Tsunoda. He sent me the soft jawed version of pliers. They had the slip joint and then the regular style, and it's a polymer, so that'll be interesting to try these guys out. They're spring loaded, so that does kind of make it nice. Actually got a real interesting grip, so I'm gonna have to do update videos on the Tsunoda here after a little while, because I've been using the crap out of those flush cutters. I love them. And these guys, granted, soft jaw, so you know, brass fittings and stuff like that around here. Oh, nylon airlines. We'll be giving them a shot. We'll definitely be giving them a shot, especially these guys, for some of our larger nylon air fittings, or nylon airlines that go into the press-in fittings and stuff. Yeah, we'll see how they work, definitely. And thank you, Tarek, so much for sending these out. And, sticker, I do appreciate that very much. And I think that's that for that. Now, something that I did get myself, and that's because I had to did injectors and cups on a Detroit, it was last week or the week before, and reaching down in to get the old O-rings out, I had to use this guy, my tiny one, because my big ones, the tips on this guy was way too big, and the handle was very large to try and get down there and get the O-rings out. This I had to use, and it is a very tight fit with your hand because you needed twice as much. So that's where I went and got the Omen. All right, sorry about that. I lost where I was at. Had to go help a driver real fast. Do a quick fix on the tractor. So, I was talking about the Omen, long hooks, long handled, because I had to do the overhead. Now this was just something I did some research on Amazon. They had really good ratings, fairly cheap. I think these were $14, $15 on these guys. They got the long, thin handle. Now, I could have went with SnapOn and spent a lot more, but on the same token, for $15, I got the full set. This is 1, 2, 3, 6-piece set. It's got the straight hooked, actually one that in particular that I was really interested in was this guy. Oops, focus, you friggin'. How it's kind of offset hook. So that was more so the one that I did need the most for doing injectors the other day. It's been a long time since we've had to do any injector, anything in this shop. And well, it was just high time. So went ahead, got this 6-piece set, $15. You know, I love my little pink ones, don't get me wrong there, but for something that I'm not going to use as much, but they're still, yeah, just as heavy duty on the end size as these. Only difference between this is if I ever have an issue, I break off a tip or bent it too far back on these little guys, SnapOn puts a new one in for me. These ones, if I ever have an issue, they'll see if I can try to find the single ones, or you know, shell out the $14 again for a whole nother set, and then I got backups. Other than that, yep, I think this was a good buy just by, they're pretty stout, so like these and be getting some use out of that. Now another thing, couple things actually that I wound up getting as I drop stuff. I know Mike's tool shed came back out again, and you know, I gotta take after him somehow, drop stuff. Love you, Mike. Went to Home Depot. They were having sale on batteries. This is the dual pack, 3 amp hour. Since that's the one nice thing about them is, see the receipt. They have a nice veteran discount, so I saved $7.90. And after tax, everything else, because they were originally $79. as you can see there, $79, $7.90 off, $71.10, $4 in tax, $75. So that was pretty good. And then Amazon also, because I got the Milwaukee jackets and went to go grab mine. Yeah, air compressor again. And my little bitty adapter deal took a poop. So I had to find another adapter, and I've seen these anywhere from, well, they had the aftermarket ones around like $20 to $30. The Milwaukee ones, for this, $60 to $80, depending on what all you wanted on it, for the heated gear. And this one I found, and it was like 35 bucks, because this took a crap. Well, 6 years later. So I got my money's worth out of that little guy. And which is a nice thing with these, I can take my other battery that's also just as old, this guy, home. And that leaves me with a couple of the big guys here. I'm gonna have an extra battery laying around. It's one thing to have a spare, but 2 spares. Might have to do something later to fix that. We'll see. 3 amp hour ones. I like the 4 amp hour that I have right here. I got this past year. It really juices things up. So I'm loving that. And get to give this a chance and chuck that in the trash. So take this little guy home. I'll have my heated jacket back again. So I know what some of y'all are gonna say. Mail call side of things. Some of y'all that saw my Instagram post, it's my getting stuck in here. So this, and it's upside down. This, which we're gonna have to do something with this here. Yeah, my very first banner. Didn't even know I was getting this thing, and lo and behold, showed up. So we'll have to find a spot for it. All right, so that's much better. So, hey, like I said, this was a shout out to my sponsors. Now, granted, Capri Tools, I don't specifically have a sponsorship through them, more so than a kind of a mutual understanding for testing and evaluation of the tools. Like heavy shop, might as well work on heavy stuff with their tools and see how they hold up. And yeah, we're about due for an update because so far these guys working pretty darn good. And since I got them broke in a little bit better, haven't even hardly had to tighten them up at all lately. So past couple weeks been going pretty good with them, and it's been about a month since I gave that update. So, well, thank you guys so much. Colton, Tarek, I appreciate that so greatly. You know, this is really humbling. I do greatly appreciate this, and now I got to add more tools to the lineup for testing, thanks to you guys, and I greatly appreciate that. And Ben, I do appreciate the jerky. So thank y'all very much. Tarek, thank you again. Do appreciate it. And so yeah, awesome. And remember, shop safety is just as important as firearm safety. You screw something up, somebody could die. So take care. Hopefully y'all had a great weekend.